Okay, so this is why barrel makers make the big bucks. I'm gonna smoke a turkey on Thanksgiving, and I realized we got a bigger turkey than the last time I did this, and my Weber is not, my Smoky Joe is not quite big enough to hold the turkey. So I thought I'd come down into my basement and get some flooring material. This is tongue and groove flooring, 3 inches wide, and see if I could really make a makeshift adapter ring for the Smoky Joe. It's 22.5 inches in diameter, so pi d, that makes the circumference 70.5 inches. And I did the math and figured out that since these guys are 3 some odd inches, I'd need about 22 of them. And so I winged it to see if it would work. At first, when I put the band clamps around, I organized these things very loosely, just sort of put them off kilter. It didn't want to form a barrel, so I just put in, I found some thin stock that I had sitting around my basement, jammed them in there, and they act as shims. This is like about a 3/16 inch thick stock, and it's incredibly uneven, but the thing is pretty sturdy. And I just took it outside and set it on the Weber, and it fits very nicely. It's fairly rigid. I'm probably going to put 3 tabs on the inside sticking down to lock it into the Weber so it doesn't slide off. And I thought this was pretty cool, so I thought I'd share it with you guys. So I also decided to put in these little tabs at the third points of the ring, so that when I set it into the Weber, it won't slide off the side. And they're really loosely set in. I just took a piece of metal, drilled an oversized hole, and put a sheetrock screw in, but left a lot of slack. So it'll just be good enough to keep it from sliding sideways, and it's, you know, just to resist that movement. So I was a little bit unsure about whether my band clamps would hold up with a higher temperature. I think the wood will be insulative, but just in case, I don't want these guys to loosen and let the whole thing fall apart. I took a couple of the ribbons of the band clamp off and actually just tied wire around one end, ran it around the barrel, back over to here. I drilled a hole in this guy and used the band clamp mechanism to tighten up two rows of wire going all the way around the barrel. And I also decided to wet the barrel with you know, misting of water on the end grain and the surface, because I think that's, from what I understand, barrels, when they're wet, the wood grain expands, and that tightens up the whole ring. So this is the end result, and it worked out very well. I was able to roast a 16-pound turkey, probably could do an even larger one, and I got a really wonderful Norman Rockwell result. So happy roasting and happy Thanksgiving.